I'll say this. A lot of Joe Budden fans, they kind of complain about what's wrong with the podcast and, this host, that host. But I will say this, though. Even the fact that niggas are able to comment and really have an opinion and really be able to form different thoughts and shit like that, that says a lot about the podcast. Whether it's good or bad, anytime that somebody could form an opinion or have some kind of idea about it, that's all that matters, honestly, bro. That's the importance of content. You feel me? It's like life, you feel me? Think about it. I always thought that somebody saying some crazy shit to you will make you upset. But it ain't even really that, you feel me? You got people that could praise you, that feels amazing. People that hate on you, which feels like whatever. And then people that just ignore you. The worst thing to be as a person in general, or even like a content creator, is for your shit to be ignored. The JBP might not be as strong as it used to be, but the fans are still talking about it. There's still YouTube channels like this. It's still Twitter pages going crazy. People still have an opinion on the Joe Budden podcast, and that's the most important thing. So anyway, on the Joe Budden podcast Reddit, my boy Oh My Johnny came out and said, I figured what's missing. The Joe that gave insight on the industry and thought-provoking music feedback has been replaced by Stale Joe. I need y'all to agree with me. Politically ignorant, contradictory Joe. Joe thinks he's the comic relief, but his jokes are bad. Mark has great comedic timing, and isn't that what Mona and Flip are there for? Bad Yellow Mia said, the fake laughter after Joe's jokes is cringe. We gotta put the JBP on the clock. When was the last time they dropped a fire episode? Zip R says, yeah, Joe has been moving like a B mic lately once the topics are introduced. The first initial comment about the whole when the last time they put out a fire episode. They still put out fire episodes, bro. I just think that it's the content scape is changing, bro. Like the podcast, all this shit is kind of changing. So what made us kind of fall in love with Joe Budden and the original Joe Budden podcast, and even after Maria Mar left, when Isha Ice came, was just that passion behind everything that they were saying. You feel me? These niggas would get into arguments, and it would be like actual heated arguments. Joe would be bringing up a topic, and he really felt that. When the first initial rant that took Joe Budden to the next level was the Drake rant about Drake's album. Joe really meant that shit from the heart. You feel me? And I hate to it's podcasting. People look at podcasting as talking, but regardless, it's an art form because it's communication. You feel me? It's the same thing with anything, bro. A lot of this shit in life, like, the food tastes different when your grandma make it. You feel me? She's doing it with a passion. She's trying to make sure the fam is eating good. You feel me? Versus a nigga at McDonald's flipping a burger. You feel me? The music feel different. Shit, that's why Mary J. Blige, niggas is like, yo, I hope Mary J. Blige get her heart broken again. It came with passion. That shit come with passion. That's why a lot of these rappers' first albums be so amazing, dog. Because it's like they got their whole life, their whole life to tell this one story, and then this their first time really making it, probably a year and a half, 2 years before, a year. For some of them, 6 months before, they was broke before that. Or they was broke while recording the album. Some of them was broke after that first album. So you could feel that hunger. And that hunger, that's probably what happened to 50 Cent. So my thing is this, dog. We can't compare this shit to the past. It is never going to be 2017, 2018 Joe Budden podcast ever again, bro. Those is golden times, bro. Like, I remember, yo, like, because I remember when they first used to do one episode a week, and then when they started doing two on Wednesday and Saturday. I remember I used to get up every Saturday at 6 o'clock and go on for a jog at the trail, and I'll be playing that podcast. And I remember listening to it, and just every moment was like, it was golden. Like, that was the golden age of the Joe Budden shit. The golden age of it, bro, where I'm listening to that shit at 6 in the morning. Later on that night, I might check it out again. That was the golden age of the JBP shit. Now it's different now, you feel me? Joe still don't got that hunger no more, you feel me? The other podcasters really don't got that hunger for real. Mark is a professional, so he's able to kind of bring that aspect to it. But the reality is, dog, we can't expect niggas that have that hunger when it's like it's just not there no more. You feel me? I do think that Joe still doing a decent job or whatever like that, but it's just monotonous. They record so many hours, they record over and over and over again, bro. It's gonna get tired after a while. Let me read some more comments. Even this nigga commenting this is passionate for him to write all of this. Like, bro, like you writing some passionate shit. You feel me? So, illustrious bag 236 says, nailed it. Joe is so drunk off his own Kool-Aid and his cash not providing any pushback isn't helping at all. Bad jokes, irrelevant stories about oh my god, you won't believe what happened to me at Bergdorf's, cringe-worthy attempts to hash up weird personal debates with Ish. And when the pod is actually discussing the topic thoroughly, he derails it with, okay, I just want to have fun. Or y'all seriousing it out right now. Or his favorite when he hears the combo thrive without him, okay, I wrapped it up already. And this Macho Man Randy Savage radio persona screaming voice in between topics. Okay. What's next? Oh, that's right, I forgot. Clearly he projects every chance he gets because he really sees the pod as a one-man show with a bunch of backup dancers. Gladys Budden and the Pips vibes. He only cuts to other members to intro a topic, politics, Mark, fuck shit, Ice, and would prefer if the rest of the cast are docile cheerleaders like Parks. Used to feel like a group of friends honestly discussing music news unapologetically, and now it feels like The View for dense Hoodburger males. Somebody commented, perfectly articulated. And yeah, perfectly articulated. That's why when Mona was going off her tirades and shit like that, I didn't really mind it. I didn't want it that much, but I didn't really mind it, dog. I keep bringing this up. On the JBP, this shit's produced by him. It's meant to be the Joe Budden podcast. Really, like, they're kind of spacing it to where it's built off of him and these are the supporting cast. I think a good idea of the podcast, if it could be on where they could switch up the mics a little bit, I think that would be fire right there. Shit, let Mona be let Mona and Ice be the A mics this podcast, or Ish and Mark like on this, like switch it up. You feel me? Like, cause we can get different vibes from it. It's kind of like when Joe don't be on the pod, we get a different vibe from it. And I think that's what people want more so. Cause when everybody's there, be seeing the same thing. Then they might do this episode. Oh, Mona's here. Then the next episode, Flip is there. Same kind of character. Yes, one might be a little bit better in this way or that way, but it's the same kind of character. But Digital thugs him out like.